around things would be
this
a
would be an
scary
oldie.
one. Yeah, oldie, but potentially a goodie as Pawn locks away his Azir, and he's happy to play this champion in absolutely any meta. Whenever Pawn hits the Rift, you have to respect that the Azir will most likely be played.
Very interesting champion because it's been polarizing from Pawn. Played it a lot in 2017 and 2018. He's had big Emperor Divide engages, but also some big whooshes as well, Atlas. So
yeah,
it's a champ from FAKER this game. SKT versus Kingzone. This could be a spicy one with both teams in some decent form.
Few more fans, but we're going to zoom in on FAKER and the debut of sylas in the LCK. Also one of the first, definitely the
like you say, is from Khan. It feels like there was so many debates
I know.
in what actually happened between champ select and in-game.
Oh, FAKER's taking a turret shot. Yeah, that ain't great.
And, well, I guess Pawn is going to spend all of his time harassing and not CSing, so that should hurt.
Yep. And Pawn, he's been successful so far. Hasn't taken a CS, which is difficult.
No CSing for Pawn. He's going to spend basically every bit of mana and his lane phase holding down sylas as much as possible. Now 12 CS so far for FAKER, and this man is a rice farmer of note. He's always been an amazing CSer. Can he actually hold down? We saw in game number 2 there was about 30 behind the clock, so 8 minutes in, 50 CS is kind of what we were seeing in the Yorick matchup before I got to silly numbers and the Yorick. You know,
Rascal and Pawn both pick up theirs. So Rascal's still going into it, but a little bit late as Kuzga's going to make his way forward. A lot of damage there onto Khan, but traded back relatively nicely. Remember, Rascal will have a few more opportunities as the flash immediately used there from Khan to get back under his turret.
Of course, one thing you can do when someone isn't focusing on the farm is to look for the turret dive with the junglers. You're not level 6, so yeah, Azir. Aatrox on the side of Kingzone because we're going to have 2 people cashing in quests. So we are going to have a map with so many wards.
Well, Rascal also has a huge issue with so many minions as Khan is going to get knocked up, but the kickback onto Kuz is going to even things.
Never have we been more like other MOBAs. Look at all this denying.
Don't worry, guys. Here is the storm. Esports is not dead. As Rascal comes in, Khan's going to get slowed down as Kuz, doesn't find the Infernal Chain. The turnaround now is Khan playing very patiently. It's good to see out of Khan.
Now that people have stopped farming on the other side, also a farm bounty coming on.
Oh, huge farm bounty for FAKER as well. Look at this.
I mean, we're in a meta on patch 9.3 where you want to kill 80 carries, right? The crit itemization is in, so their value's gone up. They're going to be the MVPs in teamfights again. The bounties agree on that one. Both of them now have farm bounties. It's such a funny old
There's
game.
a farm bounty in the jungle, and he's even.
Good news, Khan has actually been go top lane with a Frostfang. It will not work out. Even if your jungler gives you a bit of time where he's around on your screen, you need to be in 1,500 units of an ally basically on screen with them. So this is a pro play quirk of week 4 of the LCK.
Yes, and this is something also that the team's New York Riders just said, no, you have to deal with it. This was a decision made by the teams.
We have to wonder and start thinking about where this game goes forward, because I think the big problem for Kingzone going forward is, can Karma side lane against both Victor and sylas? And I'm going to be very intrigued to see that when we get to later points in the game. FAKER has Rod of Ages already. We'll probably go into Iceborne Gauntlet, Spirit Visage kind of things. Probably Spirit Visage, given he's against double AP on the side, and Death will do a lot of magic damage as well. That's going to be an evolving question. Azir in team fights, we feel like is more reliable, but sylas can...
is now there on the side of Kingzone, so FAKER will have opportunities. And speaking of which, Kuz going to get a decent knock-up here as FAKER has World Ender available if he wants to throw it out. Chain Lashes are all he's throwing through as he just abducts his way forward, but that's a decent snare there onto FAKER. He can get his health back relatively quickly. Infernal Chains doesn't get the pullback. FAKER's still sitting on that World Ender just to make sure he keeps
lots of non-interactive wave clear between the two.
Nice dodge.
Here's Clid.
Yeah, he's going to come on over as Pawn. We'll have to shift some sands, try and get out of the way here as the Q lands. Emperor's Divide pushes Clid out of the way as Khan flashes on forward. I don't know whether that stopwatch was one that you really wanted to do as he just gets Death Raid. I feel like if he had just kept walking, it would have been a better story, but unfortunately for Pawn, it is not, and First Blood goes over to Khan. FAKER turns up mid. It's the 1v1 between the Karma and the sylas, and bottom side of the map, Kingzone will get first turret.
We always use that adage of when the dust settles going on this game. Pretty cool. is all I have to say about that. Speaking of pretty cool, Aatrox's going to be stunned up.
Yeah, Rascal's going to come on over here as they're just ignoring the Chaos Storm. All too easy. Abyssal Voyage delivers Deft a kill on the bottom side of the map. Teleport will allow Deft to defend this mid lane outer turret. And Pawn's not going to get ganked on the top side. It's Kuz and Tucson looking for the second Drake of the game, and both of them going to Kingzone.
I love League of Legends as a caster because so often it has that kind of war out. By the way,
Kingzone, yeah, just move on out.
Kingzone want to roll out. I want to see the members of SKT in vision because that means they're not setting up for a Drake defense.
Yep.
Aatrox can just take it down. Pawn will make it faster. Infernal, third Drake to Kingzone, and they're the ones with all the gold generation from the quests. So a lot of
just the happiest man alive. How do you kill this Ezreal who's going to have ultimate amounts of shield as Marta almost just straight up dies from his old lane opponent, a lane partner. He's like, I'm normally standing next to Deft. Let me do that again. No, don't do that again. That's not what you want to do, Marta. So he's going to have to go back home, and that is an outer turret just brute forced by Kingzone. And this is controlled play. This is strong play.
Watch Faker. He is on the prowl here. He's roaming down. It's not a TP gank.
What's the ultimate that he's going to try and pick up here as well as Infernal Chain not going to be gathered, and he does get the Aatrox passive with the World Ender to keep himself alive. But meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Pawn's doing Pawn things, just on his own, clearing things out, and he's just happy to be battling with some emotions there as well as Kuz gets the knock-up onto Faker. Doesn't get pulled back, but there's another knock-up available. Doesn't land it there onto Faker, but does use the stopwatch, tries to keep himself alive. This Sylas so far has basically done nothing this game. As Deft just hanging out by himself.
Look at this screen. Look how many wards are happening when they're trying to fight in their own jungle. There's a vision advantage for Kingzone everywhere they go. They can plonk down wards every
way. They already have one of those. And Earth, Wind, and Fire is not Earth, Wind, Fire, Wind, because that's not the name of the song. So they may as well give that one up.
Important update, not enough Drakes to have Earth, Wind, and Fire on both sides because the timing is Faker.
Yeah, he's going to dive on forward. There's the Emperor's Divide onto 3 like we were talking about, but it's a beautiful Devour coming in from Tucson, and no one's going to be taken out just yet. Kuz has the World Ender, so he's not under any threat. And Deft, it was like he wasn't getting hit by anything.
Did 65% of Teddy's health bar with the ult. Ult available by Karma in a team fight, but the poke remains supreme when the hard engage is down. They can just chase onto Faker.
Yeah, they're trying to punish him. In comes Pawn, as now Faker tries to keep himself alive with the W, but it's not going to be enough, and Rascal's going to be able to grab that one. Faker dead. Kingzone might look at Baron.
Hard engage versus poke. If the hard engage doesn't get kills, the poke reigns supreme with the ults on cooldown. They're chasing for more.
Yeah, looking for it. None of the Qs land here from Deft, though, so they can't get any of the procs on the Iceborne Gauntlet. Kingzone, no joy. Teleport to get Pawn back into the mix, and he's got that ultimate back off cooldown. 30 seconds still remains on Faker as Sun Turret up in the mid lane, and Kingzone now will have so much space to get towards this Baron.
How about an extra turret to give them even more vision it grants while the enemy tries to annoyingly take it down? They have wards everywhere.
Kingzone don't have enough vision, Papa. That's exactly why they needed to put that one down.
You can be so much more risky with how low you get the Baron down because of the vision, but they need to account for cleared. Here he is.
Yeah, he is going to turn up. Not going to get there in time, though, as there's the special delivery. Clid goes down. Deft has the auto attack. And that's the Baron. That's a kill, and that's everything going to King.
It's so hard to punish Ezreal, Tahm Kench, and an OP amount of warriors, but that's what Kingzone has. So SKT, it's time to pull a magic trick. Where's it coming from?
Deft has 4,000 health worth of shield when he gets all of the buttons from his teammates, and that is going to spell the end of the turret.
He also has attack speed on hit magic damage. He has a Devour.
It's just so much safety here. It's the dream for any 80 carry.
What do we say about Kingzone on paper? Man, if Deft carries them, that's going to be the only way they can do it.
And what is Deft's problem? Slightly over-aggressive plays a lot of the time. That's how you play in this composition.
Oh, yeah. You never have to drop auto attacks.
Yeah.
You know, people always criticize 80 carries for running away and not kiting back and doing damage. It'd be...
And that's someone...
He's moving forward. How does it go?
I think they may win as long as he's pressing
They might
buttons.
win. Isn't that crazy to think? They might win. It's
more
than 0%.
The only problem is that he's Ezreal and not like Caitlyn or Jinx. So Ezreal needs to press more buttons as Faker once again finds a ward. Surprise, surprise. Kingzone have so many of them here on the map. Of course, SKT not out of it yet, but a 10,000 gold lead is about as close to insurmountable as you can possibly get. Hasn't been fought back from so far in the LCK. 8,000 gold was the lead that Hanwha had over Griffin. Griffin still managed to win that game. This is a game that looks like SKT will not have an opportunity to get back to because look at Deft. Oh my god, the shields. Yeah, Faker once again going for that flank, but Sun Turret is available and so much vision is available. Infernal Drake might be something the Kingzone want to look at, but they might go for this inhibitor first. Deft is able to chunk it down to at least half health here, and the Q doesn't land from Clid. Just
whenever
random
you see
damage, and Deft is doing so much.
Whenever you see sieges like this, you know, that's the reality here. They've got the whole cam, if you know poker, so he goes to that. Let's see if SKT can make something happen.
Yeah, they're trying to blow up Deft, but he's already well and truly back in this one. Faker goes into his golden form as Cuz going to get devoured. Tucson going to keep him alive as Cuz diving on forward. World Ender is going to put him back up again, has the GA as backup after that one, as well as Clid tries to get him, but Deft down to about half health, has the shields back up again as Marta's taken down by Pawn. The Empress Divides are traded backwards and forwards, but it's Kingzone that's able to come out on top. The double comes in for Pawn. That's the ace, and that'll be the game. Triple kill for Pawn. His Azir is super good, but this game has been super weird.
SKT at least are able to force the fight, but at this point it's against double Infernal Drake. The damage has been done from the early game, and Kingzone getting all the wards, playing quintessential Frostmancy, will take down game number 1 as they look to upset SK Telecom T1 on the first day of patch 9.3, no hotfix enabled.
Yep, and I feel like there's also a draft phase for Frost.